Please consider supporting me on my Patreon, which is linked in the description below, to receive some great rewards. How's it going, everyone? It is me, the Lone Vault Wanderer, and welcome back to Borderlands: The Definitive Story, the series where we explore the main story of the original Borderlands game. With Borderlands 3 closing in on us, I thought it would be really cool to bring back this series as we continue our travels on the road towards Borderlands 3. Also, at the end of this video, I will be doing a giveaway for the original Borderlands game on PC/Steam, so stay tuned for that. In the last video, we comprehensively went through the backstories of each of the game's main protagonists, or the Vault Hunters: Mordecai, Lilith, Brick, and Roland. Today we're going to continue by covering the game's opening missions, and also doing several deep dives on Claptrap, Hyperion, Nine-Toes, and many more. If you're going to enjoy this video, please like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. So sit back, relax, and enjoy Borderlands: The Definitive Story, Part 3. As mentioned in the last episode, Borderlands begins with Marcus driving a bus containing 4 new Vault Hunters: Mordecai, Roland, Lilith, and Brick. Now that we know their backstories, we can push on with the story of the game itself. For the purpose of this series, let's just assume that all of the Vault Hunters will be joining us for the journey. As they get off the bus, a mysterious woman somehow reaches out to speak with them, with her face strangely appearing in front of their view. The woman, who is known as the Guardian Angel, or Angel for short, tells the hunters to stay calm and to not let on that anyone is talking to them. Angel explains to the Vault Hunters that she is there to guide them to the vault. Angel then goes on to explain that the Vault Hunters are about to meet a robot, and they should do everything he says. The Vault Hunters oblige and get off of Marcus's bus. Thereafter, Marcus drives off into the distance, and the Vault Hunters finally arrive at Firestone Depot within the arid Badlands. At the depot, sure enough, there is a funny little robot awaiting the Vault Hunters.
Welcome to Firestone. I am CL4P-TP. You may call me by my locally designated name, Claptrap.
Manufactured by Hyperion, Claptrap are a general-purpose work robot that can be programmed for any purpose. By default, they are programmed to have unique personalities of sorts: happy, cheery, eccentric, and enthusiastic. But strangely, even though Claptraps do like to show off and brag about what they are doing, like dancing of all things, they are quite fearful machines and will run away scared at the first sign of danger. Claptrap robots look the same across the board, but sometimes can have different coloured paint jobs, with the most iconic arguably being yellow. Their personalities and identities are also slightly different, but generally they exhibit very similar behaviour. In effect, Claptraps are the stewards of Pandora, commonly found in towns, cities, and other highly populated areas, that guard and open up entrances or access points between different areas on the map. They also keep Vault Hunters updated with new missions appearing on bounty boards or from characters on Pandora, although due to their programming, they are fairly useless in performing even the most minor jobs. Moreover, Claptraps tend to break down quite easily and are frequently in need of repair. The Vault Hunters can actually find many different broken down Claptraps on Pandora, and if they fix them up using a repair kit, the Claptrap robot can provide them with a backpack upgrade and even rare weapons or shields. With regards to the manufacturer of the Claptraps, Hyperion is a corporation that engages in an array of services and products, including the new use stations that regenerate deceased Vault Hunters, and also weapons on Pandora, including shotguns, snipers, rocket launchers, SMGs, pistols, and combat rifles. Hyperion weapons, while harder to find in the first Borderlands game but not the second, tend to have greater accuracy and damage compared to most other guns. And of course, Hyperion also builds and programs Claptrap robots. A man named Lawrence DeQuitt prototyped the Claptraps from Hyperion's AI branch. The mass manufacture of the Claptraps then took place at the Claptrap manufacturing plant and factory in the Dividing Faults. But in Borderlands' DLC, Hyperion actually lost control of the plant and no longer had a presence in the Dividing Faults, as rogue and rebel Claptraps effectively took over the factory in defiance of Hyperion. So Claptrap welcomes the Vault Hunters to Firestone and provides them with an Echo communications device and a heads-up display provided for free by Dahl. As we mentioned in a previous video, these Echo devices and the EchoNet wireless comms network as a whole were made possible thanks to Patricia Tannis working for Dahl. Dahl provides these units to new arrivals on Pandora to allow them to receive communications and transmissions. The boot sequence shows how the Echo device displays the user's health, experience, weapons, ammo, and compass. Once the Echo device is functioning, the Vault Vault Hunters pull out some cheap, low-quality weapons, and Claptrap takes them to a new use station, which automatically identifies and stores the DNA profile of the user. With the Vault Hunters' DNA registered, as mentioned before, their bodies will now reappear at a new use station. Claptrap then guides the Vault Hunters to the nearby town of Firestone in the arid Badlands. If they can find a survivor in that town, then perhaps that person will be able to help them on their way to the elusive vault. Pandora's arid Badlands is the very first area introduced in Borderlands. The name really does say it all. The area is completely arid and dry with very little to no rain, and it's generally unable to support vegetation or lush plant life. This landscape and climate is very obvious when the Vault Hunters make their way throughout the Badlands, with nothing but rocks and sand throughout, accompanied by some lovely animal life in the forms of racks and skags, and also plenty of bandits. Sledge is the main bandit leader that controls areas of the Badlands. Before the events of Borderlands, the arid Badlands was controlled and owned by the Dahl Corporation, who ran the area as an industrial park with the focal point being the town of Firestone. Firestone is now mostly abandoned, with the only citizen being encountered in-game being Dr. Zed himself. Beforehand, Firestone was a thriving, economically prosperous and growing community, housing many of Dahl's mining workers, but thanks to Dahl ceasing mining operations and abandoning Pandora, and also due to the increasing bandit threat and even the death of several former mayors, Firestone very much struggled and began a steep decline. Specifically, the population number dwindled from 273 strong to just 2 people, and the graves at the front of Firestone remain a lovely reminder of that history. After fighting off some bandits and protecting Claptrap the entire way, the Vault Hunters finally arrive at Firestone. Some more bandits need to be taken care of, but once they are, Angel contacts the Vault Hunters once again. She says that she knew that they were the right choice for the job and that she'll contact them again soon. Due to the raider attack, a citizen of Firestone has locked himself inside his shop. Claptrap yells out to the man that there is no cause for alarm as the Vault Hunters took care of the issue. The man, Dr. Zed, is very grateful as the bandits wouldn't leave them alone, but due to a circuitry issue, Zed is unable to reopen the door to his shop, so the Vault Hunters do so for him from the outside. This then allows them to meet Dr. Zed in person. Dr. Zed is one of 2 citizens of Firestone and the only one that can actually be seen in-game. While Zed calls himself a doctor, he explains that he's not allowed to operate on people anymore as he lost his medical license. Although it's never really explained how or who actually enforces this, but regardless, his job now just involves keeping the med vendors in Firestone up and running, and also cutting up dead bodies inside his workshop. And yes, those med vendors, called Zed's Meds, are actually named after him and display his face on the front. But moreover, Zed explains in-game that he doesn't actually have a medical school degree, which only further clouds his backstory and raises questions on how he actually became a doctor in the first place. Although Zed is still a very important character in the first Borderlands, he provides many of the initial missions for the Vault Hunters, which are fundamental in helping them to find the vaults on Pandora. Eventually though, he moves to New Haven. Zed thanks the Vault Hunters for opening the door and provides them with their first mission, to kill a group of skags just outside of Firestone. Zed explains that he wants to know if the Vault Hunters can handle themselves in a fight. Claptrap then escorts the Vault Hunters to the Firestone gate, upon which it is knocked out due to a bandit attack. But this is no random bandit assault, as Zed explains that the Vault Hunters must have gotten under Nine-Toes' skin. Nine-Toes is the very first boss encountered in Borderlands. He is a bandit lord and is protected by 2 strong skags, Pinky and Digit. Although his hideout is initially secret, the Vault Hunters discover that his base is in Skag Gully, thanks to the assistance of TK Baha. Nine-Toes also controls a group of bandits in the arid Badlands, including one group just outside of Firestone. Importantly, Nine-Toes isn't just a random name. He actually has 9 toes, but the bandit lord is actually unsure as to how he lost his 10th toe. Yes, he is utterly insane if that wasn't clear already. Given the proximity of Nine-Toes' lair to Firestone, he conducts regular raids on the small town, which is the reason why Zed engages the Vault Hunters to murder him. But Firestone isn't Nine-Toes' only enemy. In fact, he's in a dispute and rivalry with a bandit lord, Bonehead, who is another boss in Borderlands. It is even suspected that the other reason why Nine-Toes resides in Skag Gully is to compete directly with Bonehead in attempting to take control over Firestone. This is thanks to an order given by Sledge, the leader of the bandit tribe, who declared that whoever killed the other bandit lord and acquired Firestone will become Sledge's right-hand man. Once the bandits are killed, Angel tells the Vault Hunters to find something that can repair the Claptrap. The damage is only minor, so the Vault Hunters can find a repair kit in Firestone and revive the robot, who looks almost as good as new, aside from a little leaking. Angel then contacts the Hunters again and tells them to get moving to play their part in the journey to come. Claptrap then opens the gate to Firestone, allowing the Hunters to kill the group of skags outside. They all then head back to Firestone and turn in the mission to Zed. Now that Zed knows that the Vault Hunters can handle the gun, he explains this is very good as he needs help with something else. The med vendor inside of Firestone is broken due to a stray bullet from the previous bandit attack, and if the Hunters want to be able to buy a shield, which is absolutely crucial for survival, they'll need to repair it. To do so, the Vault Hunters can find a power coupling just outside of Firestone from an abandoned med vendor near some skags, allowing them to repair the vendor and buy a shield, which is automatically equipped and will provide the Vault Hunters with an extra layer of protection on top of their usual health. The Hunters can also now sell any unwanted items at the med vendor and buy first aid kits for later. And it looks like they'll need it, as Zed has another mission for the Vault Hunters. Nine-Toes has placed a few men at an outpost outside of town which report every move that the civilians of Firestone make. So Zed explains that their next move should be to kill them all. Wondering why they should continue to help Zed and Firestone with their issues, Angel contacts the Hunters again to explain that people on Pandora do not trust them, and if they ever want to find the vault, they'll need the aid of the people, so helping Zed with Nine-Toes is a good move. So the Hunters oblige and kill all of Nine-Toes' bandits at the nearby outpost. Upon return, Zed provides the Hunters with a nice bounty and explains that once Nine-Toes realizes that they have killed their informants, they'll already be making their next move, to kill Nine-Toes himself. However, even though there's a reward for the death of Nine-Toes, his hideout is currently unknown, but there is a man that can help with this, called TK Baha.
You? One more step and it'll be your last. You should have seen the look on your face.
Teddy TK Baha resides in a farm just south of Firestone. He has one leg, is blind, and is also a widow, with his late wife passing before the events of Borderlands 1. But while TK is blind, he still knows the arid Badlands area quite well, and is even able to assist the Vault Hunters in tracking down one of the game's bosses, Nine-Toes. The story of TK and his wife Marion is quite sad. He is originally from the planet of Isolus, but soon moved, or fled rather, to Pandora after Hyperion assassins started to come after him and his family. Hyperion did this because TK is also a weapons designer, as exemplified by his shotgun in-game called TK's Wave, that is given to the Vault Hunters after they do a mission for him. Being a weapons manufacturer themselves, Hyperion started to steal TK's weapon designs. In fact, it was the aforementioned TK's Wave that prompted Hyperion to steal the shotgun design and then send assassins to kill TK. It was only thanks to Mr. Blake, the senior VP of Mercenary Relations and Tourism of Hyperion, that TK and his wife were able to flee, as Blake tipped them off about the assassins. Then, while on Pandora, after trying to find sanctuary nearby Firestone, TK's wife Marion was killed by Scar, a very large and dangerous skag. After TK confronted Scar to avenge his wife, Scar bit his leg and ripped it clean off. He also then clawed out TK's eyes, causing him to become blind. TK kept trying to fight off and kill Scar for revenge, but he even lost his prosthetic leg to Scar that was given to him by Dr. Zed. But if the Vault Hunters get back TK's prosthetic leg from Scar, he will reward them with the aforementioned TK's Wave shotgun. The Vault Hunters arrive at TK Baha's farm, which is followed by shenanigans and a bit of joking around with a shotgun. However, TK is actually quite angry at the moment, as nearby skags stole half of his food stores. Only once the Vault Hunters get TK's food back will he talk to them. So they set off and kill a bunch of skags and recover TK's food. When they arrive back to TK, he thanks them and reveals that Nine-Toes' hideout is over in Skag Gully. Just as Angel foreshadowed, TK is helping them with Nine-Toes as they helped him with his problems. But to take on Nine-Toes, the Hunters will need some grenades. Fortuitously, because of all the Vault Hunters' great work with helping the town of Firestone and surrounding areas, Marcus Kincaid informs the Hunters that he has reopened his weapon vendor in the town of Firestone. It is presumed that Marcus only did this because beforehand, the town kept getting attacked by raiders and it just wasn't viable for him to continue to provide stock to the vendor machines there. So, in need of grenades and other gear, the Vault Hunters head back to Firestone to Marcus's vendor machines. Once there, the Vault Hunters buy grenades, ammunition, and perhaps some weapons, and then head back to TK Baha, who then tells them to, and I quote, shove one of them grenades up of Nine-Toes' ass. However, to get access to Skag Gully, the Vault Hunters will need to blow up the entrance. TK barricaded the entrance when the skags started to act up. Thankfully though, TK rigged the barricade with explosives just in case he ever wanted to quickly tear it down and get back into the gully. But before leaving, TK asked the hunters to look for his dead wife's grave inside of Skag Gully, as he stashed one of his favourite guns there behind the grave marker. He asked the hunters to use the gun to kill Nine-Toes, as his deceased wife would have wanted it that way. So as night falls, the Vault hunters head over to the entrance to Skag Gully and explode the barricade with the nearby detonator.
I heard that blast all the way over here! Bam! Time to give Nine-Toes a piece of that! Woo!
TK reaches out to the hunters and says it's time to kill Nine-Toes, which he helps even further with by updating their echo devices with Nine-Toes' location. And with that, the Vault hunters finally enter Skag Gully, but that's going to be covered in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching this episode of Borderlands: The Definitive Story. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe if you're new. Also, give a big thank you to all of those who contributed to the Borderlands wiki site run by Fandom, which is linked in the description below, as it helped me immensely with writing the script for this video. And finally, let's get to the Borderlands giveaway. Because we are on the road to Borderlands 3, let me know in the comments below why exactly it is that you're excited for the next Borderlands game. The answer that is the most funny and makes me laugh will be the recipient of a free code of Borderlands on PC or Steam. I'll keep this giveaway open for about a week, so get to those comments below. So until next time, this has been the Lone Vault Wanderer. Please take care of yourself and would you kindly keep fighting the good fight.